Entitled mom gets her daughter and her friends to accuse me of rape and demand I be kicked from an art contest. If you're new here, do consider subscribing to help me feed my channel and grow my cat. Let's get started. Backstory. This happened when I was 15. I just moved to a new high school and knew no one. Due to my first name and appearance, everyone assumed I was a boy without asking, or at least trying to figure out. My first name is a unisex name, most commonly used by boys, and I wear clothes from the boys section because I like the style. I was also flat-chested, so yeah, everyone thought I was a boy. I didn't care though. I'm not gender fluid or anything, was born female, and no one was doing it maliciously. I was also too socially awkward to correct anyone. Actual story. About 2 weeks after I came to the school, there was an art contest, nature-themed. Being the loner, I always spent a lot of time outside, which made the contest perfect for me. I drew a bear in a cave hibernating with leaves falling around it, and a ghost-like drawing of the bear's ancestors in the background. Another girl drew a picture of a bunch of deer running through a field. This girl was the entitled girl, e.g. As awful as this girl was, I thought her art was beautiful. Such talent was wasted on her. One guy I knew pretty well drew a dog stalking a fox that was stalking a rabbit, stalking guy, SG. Everyone else, like 4 other people, did casual stuff like a field of flowers, birds in a tree. Oh, another guy did a picture of a squirrel giving birth. Sadly, it wasn't that detailed. Entitled girl looked over at my drawing.
You know, it would look a lot better if you spent more time on the rock?
She smiled innocently while gesturing at the bear. That's not a rock, it's a bear.
Ooh, gotcha. Sometimes boys draw so vague and abstractly, not a lot of primary contrast.
Yeah, she said a lot of big art-related words to sound smart. Primary contrast?
If you don't understand it now, you'll never get it.
She waves her hand dismissively and walks away. The contest host announced the 3 winners. Those 3 would advance to the next round. Stalker guy got first, I got second, and entitled girl got third. Now, Stalker guy was super popular, so she, entitled girl, went up and congratulated him while glaring at me. After she left, I talked to Stalker guy for a bit. The next day, I get to my locker and Drapist is written across it in red paint. Everyone is staring at me, whispering. Entitled girl walked by with a security guard.
That's him! That's the boy who raked me!
Man, it feels wrong saying that. I'm asked to go with them, and I do. People were screaming at me and calling me names. Someone threw a half-eaten burger at me. McDonald's morning cravings, I guess. We get to the office, and entitled girl's mom is standing next to the principal's desk with the smuggest look on her face. Principal, do you know why you're here? I think so.
Don't play games, you little shit. You raked my daughter. Yeah, he did.
Did you? No.
Don't lie. You held her down and raked her.
Light bulb? With what?
With your pee-pee. How else?
Principal, I don't know what to say other than she's lying.
No, I'm not. My friends witnessed it.
Friend 1 and friend 2 got called in the office. Me, your parents are on the way. Do you want to wait for them? No, I want to hear what friend 1 and friend 2 have to say. They tell their story about how I raked entitled girl outside the back of the school, keeping it short and simple. I started to laugh.
How effing dare you! You rake my angel, then you laugh at her? You should be kicked from the art contest!
I'm still laughing. The room has gone silent apart from me. Quiet! He was effing livid and starts tearing me a new one. Well, he would have been if I did it. Then Stalker guy walked in with papers for principal. He looks around at all of us. Is this a bad time? Hey, Stalker guy, tell them what we did last night. We got food and watched a movie at my place.
Liar! You probably raked my sweetheart as well!
Entitled girl freaks out.
No, Mom, he didn't. Just M.E. Stalker guy did nothing wrong, I promise.
But if M.E. was with Stalker guy, how did he rake you?
Are you calling her a liar? Just kick him from the contest and we won't sue.
I'm sorry, but the way you described what happened makes it impossible for me to do it.
What do you mean? Are you calling me a liar?
Yes.
This boy...
I'm not a boy. The room fell quiet again. The girls in Entitled Mom's face went white. Principal looked confused, and Stalker Guy had a look of realization. Oh, so that's why you wear your PE clothes under your normal ones. Entitled Mom goes ballistic, screaming and shouting about how I'm lying. My parents get there, and they confirm that I'm a girl. Entitled Mom got chewed out by our principal and kicked off the Parents Association, while Entitled Girl and her shitty friends were suspended for a week. Entitled Girl was kicked from the contest and banned from participating in any of them for the rest of the year, and she had to pay for the paint to be cleared off. I'm in my junior year at that school, and some people from my year are still debating on my real sex and gender. TLDR, Entitled Mom gets her daughter and her friends to accuse me of rape and demands I be kicked from an art contest. Everyone finds out my true sex and gender. Wow, what a messed up story. A 1-week suspension? Really? That girl was pretty lucky that she was, a girl. If she wasn't, that story might not have had such a happy ending. Anyways, after that, I thought it'd be nice to move on to something lighter. Can you use your vacation days to watch our dog while we take a real vacation? So first a little background. This happened about 3 to 4 years ago, after I moved out of my parents' house and have been living independently. Then one day, I get this string of texts from my mom.
Hey, how are you doing? What are you up to 2 weeks from now?
I've been doing alright. I've started lifting weights and exercising more. I don't think I'm doing anything too exciting next week. Why do you ask?
Perfect. Me and boyfriend are going on a trip and need you to house sit and watch the dogs for us.
Sorry, but I can't just leave for a week.
Please, the dogs miss you, and I'd really hate to put them in the kennel.
Sorry, but I have a job. I can't just go missing for a week.
Why can't you drive to work from my house?
Because it's a 2.5-hour commute each way.
You have vacation days, right? Just use them.
No.
Please, I'd feel really bad about putting dog's name in the kennel. You know how much she hates it.
You obviously don't feel that bad about doing it. Then I hear nothing from her until the day before they have their trip.
Hey, we're leaving for our trip today, and I was wondering when you were going to be here. I want to show you some things before we leave.
What part of our last conversation gave you any idea that I agreed to this?
That's very rude of you, and no way to speak to your mother. Now, can we expect you here by 5?
And at that point, I just put my phone on silent and stopped talking to her. Just a tip, kind of relevant to the story. If someone ever asks you if you're free at a certain time, and you don't want to tell them yes or no because you don't know what they want with you, just say something like, maybe, what's up? Then they'll usually tell you what they want to do. Then later you can decide whether you're free or quote-unquote busy. Menstruation is BAD. Hey y'all, coming at you with a little tale from my encounter with an entitled mom this morning. Characters are just entitled mom, her son, and yours truly. TLDR at bottom. Not really not safe for work, but some mention of Mother Nature's Red River and associated body parts, so if that bothers you, you were warned. So, I'm in the middle of my monthly visit from Mama Nature, and I realized that I was all out of sanitary products. I stopped off at my local supermarket before I commuted to university so I could stock up, and decided to treat myself to a meal deal so I wouldn't have to eat overpriced campus food later. Not to brag or anything, but I got the sickest sandwich. Paid and left. All normal, right? I decided not to get a carrier bag. Save the turtles! But definitely overestimated my ability to carry. Of course I had no pockets, cause women's clothes don't effing have any, so I found myself juggling my phone, wallet, car keys, sandwich, cereal bar, bottled water, and tampons in just my 2 little hands. And of course I'd parked far, far away from the door, so as to minimize interacting with people. Standard. So I'm doing this awkward half-walk jog back to my car and focusing really hard on not dropping my sandwich so I don't immediately see entitled mom and her small child walking near me. When I do see them, it's because I'm almost walking into them. The conversation goes like this. Oh hey, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you there.
It's fine, no war.
Her beady little eyes clock onto my hands and she stops mid-sentence. She just stares at my hands. Now, my sandwich did look good, so I can't say I blamed her for looking at first, but I was a little weirded out. I gave her a couple of seconds to find her voice, realized she's not going to continue, and politely carry on my voyage to my vehicle. I don't really look at entitled mom and her son, but I guess at some point they started walking again in the same direction as me. What do you know? They're the proud owners of the only other car in my carefully selected, deserted car park corner, parked a couple spaces down from me.
Hey you!
Hi?
You shouldn't wave those around, you know. There's boys here.
What?
Those things you're holding, they're personal items. Get a carrier bag.
I look down and finally realize she's referring to my tampons. Now, maybe it's just me, but I don't really see an issue with carrying my shopping to my car without a bag, even if my shopping is sanitary products. They aren't exactly dirty magazines, are they? And I have needs. I kinda just brush it off and carry on. I hear her say something else with a huff, but couldn't really make out the words, so I just carry on with my morning. Now, I get to my car and realize my dilemma. Hands full plus locked car equals struggle. Being the bulkiest thing I'm holding, I put the tampon box on the roof of my car, so I have some room to maneuver my keys and get my car door open. I'm merrily doing so when I feel a presence behind me, then a scrawny clawed arm reaches over my shoulder and snatches my tampons from where they lay. I turn around and there she is, looking absolutely livid. What the F are you doing?
How dare you! I told you once already, these shouldn't be flaunted around. I have my son right here with me, and he doesn't need to see that.
See what exactly? A cardboard box?
You know what? These are intimate products, and there are children here.
At this point, she shoves the box back into my hands.
Now, put them away where they belong.
Her son, who can't be more than 6, starts to tug at her.
Mummy, let's go. I have school. Yeah, baby, we're leaving now. I was just chatting with this lady.
Chatting? You just screamed in my face and assaulted me over some tampons. Edit. To clarify, I used the word assault in a slightly dramatic sense, / a verbal assault context, because I thought it would make her back off. She didn't actually touch me or anything.
What are tampons?
Entitled mom gave a little shriek and grabbed her darling son protectively before fixing me with a glare.
See what you did?
Whatever, lady, I'm leaving. I get into my car fully ready to drive away, but entitled mom just stood and looked at me as if I kicked a puppy or 7. Something about it really ticked me off, so I wound my window down and just as I pulled away, gave her a cheery wave of the tampon box and a smile. Off to stuff these up my china. The screeching was unintelligible over the sound of my engine, but I didn't really need to hear the words to know the vibe of what she said. TLDR, I sully a child's innocence by daring to carry a tampon box around in public. His mother accosts me and gives me a telling off in a car park for waving them around. I have a feeling this entitled mom is one of those ultra-orthodox ones. That wave in the end was definitely a nice touch. So which entitled parent do you guys think was most entitled? Let me know in the comments section below. If you want more where that came from, simply click on one of these boxes right here. And if you liked the video, I assume you did since you're still here, I'd really appreciate if you could drop a like and a subscribe to help me grow my cat and feed my channel. I'll see you in the next episode of Reddit Chronicles.